Hey guys, I hope you are having a wonderful day. Today I'd like to talk about the cycle of self-blame as someone who has bruxism or chronic teeth grinding, or just basically when you're having this chronic pain because of an issue you are struggling to overcome. Self-blame is this aspect where you end up blaming yourself for the problem you're going through, or blaming yourself for your inability to stop the problem. And something about self-blame is we end up really looking or feeling helpless about our situation. And I'm going to show you some of the factors why we end up in this aspect of just blaming ourselves because of our behavior or because of something which we feel you can stop. Of course, there's always that desire of control. When we live life, we always want to control everything. We want to have feel in control of our circumstances, feel of control of our teeth grinding. So now, because you can't control these aspects, because it's chronic or it's even unconscious, you end up blaming yourself for not being able to control it. You may blame yourself for not stopping it sooner, or for not seeking that help sooner, for not seeing that dentist for the teeth you've lost. So you end up just blaming yourself for the things you feel that you could have done, let's say 5 years or 10 years ago. And when you end up blaming yourself, so you end up feeling frustrated and helpless. Instead of really looking at, hey, even if I blame myself now, nothing will change. You end up now looking at that frustration or feeling just helpless about the situation. You may have also tried a couple of things to stop your teeth grinding. So the fact that those things didn't really work as you expected, you end up blaming yourself or feeling helpless, and then end up blaming yourself for your inability to stop, instead of really seeing that the fact that you've tried those things means that you are doing something, you are taking responsibility. But because you've gotten stuck in this negative place, in this negative place, you end up negatively self-talking yourself, or like berating yourself instead of showing yourself compassion. So that's how it really feels when we blame ourselves, or when you have a problem which we can seem to overcome. The other aspect of self-blame is misconceptions or lack of understanding of the involuntary nature of bruxism. Bruxism can have different root causes, and to other people it can be related to airway problems, or just unhealed trauma, or just something which you may not even be aware of. So because you lack that understanding, you end up to simplify this issue as just you need to stop, like just stop grinding. So when you simplify it and you can't stop, you end up blaming yourself, or it exacerbates this feeling of self-blame, because you're just simplifying the issue as if it's just nothing. But if you really had a deeper understanding or more understanding of the layers and layers of this problem, you will at least show yourself some compassion and understand that maybe it's not within your conscious control, and it's now in your unconscious control. The other aspect, of course, is external influences. So when it comes to personal problems, or most of our problems in life, there's always that expectation from those people close to us, or the pressure from your family, pressure from your partner. Let's say if you have a partner and you grind your teeth at night, this partner will sometimes tell you, hey, why can't you stop this? It's ruining our relationship, or I can't sleep, I have work tomorrow. So because they are pressuring you, you end up blaming yourself for not being able to stop. So if they were supportive of you and really understanding that this problem is far beyond just stopping it consciously, at least you'll not end up blaming yourself. But when you are put under constant blame, you are being told that, hey, you've been doing this for 10 years, why can't you stop, why can't you do this, why can't you do that, you end up really getting to this point where you really feel that you are even worthless, and you really feel that you are the cause of other people's problems in life. And then that's you just taking blame. And then the other aspect of blame also is, blame in itself actually is a coping mechanism, like self-blame. So this is how it happens. When you blame yourself, we may really think that by blaming myself, I'm not letting myself off the hook, especially when you have this problem which you can't seem to stop. When you have a problem you can't seem to stop, you end up blaming yourself, because you feel that if you don't blame yourself, you are slacking off, or you are letting yourself fall off the hook, and the problem has not yet gone away. Is always applies in all kind of problems in life. Like, you may be in a toxic relationship, so instead of you giving yourself some compassion or showing yourself some compassion, you end up blaming yourself for staying, because you really feel that you don't deserve to forgive yourself, or you need to deserve to be kind to yourself. So the same thing as this self-blame with Bruxism or chronic grinding is, you end up feeling that you don't deserve your own compassion because you failed in stopping this, and you feel that if you forgive yourself, it will mean that you are slacking off, or you will not take any corrective action. So it becomes a coping mechanism just to keep you stuck in the same place. So the aspect of self-blame can have a lot of angles to it, but the opposite of self-blame is very simple. It's responsibility. With self-blame, we are more focusing on the past and our inability to stop it. But when we take responsibility, we focus on the past, yes, and we look at the things we've done in the past to stop this, and we now look at what we are doing presently to help with this situation. If you are watching this video, it simply means that you are taking a proactive step to really understand more. Let's say you want to understand more about the psychological aspect of it. If you are seeing a dentist, it can also really mean that you really want to understand more and more. And the more you take responsibility, the more it leads to you, or the more it makes you feel hopeful that you will find a solution. And what normally happens when you are hopeful, of course, you end up having less stress. And when you have less stress, the thing which is triggering your, let's say, psychologically related bruxism will go down, and you'll end up grinding your teeth less and less. So the only way is to show yourself some compassion and take full responsibility. And full responsibility is not about looking in the past and then blaming yourself or calling yourself all those names, but just being compassionate with yourself and looking at those proactive steps you are taking in the present moment to help yourself out of this problem. Hope you found that informative, guys. It can be frustrating when you're unable to stop something, but that doesn't help. What helps is just you taking full responsibility and taking action to seeking those corrective steps. Until next time, have a nice day.